Hi, how are you doing?
Very fine. Happy to be in Prague.
Yeah, glad that you're here. I am also very happy that I am here. I would like to ask you to present yourself and to tell me what you do.
My name is Apollo Ocheng Eric. Been working in the blockchain space for like maybe 4 or 5 years. Started off as a trader. I was trading FX, commodities, and equity. So it was very easy for me to jump from just trading those into trading crypto. And that was how I got introduced into blockchain, because as a trader, you must do your research. And, constantly there was this news feeds about Bitcoin, and it never went away. At the beginning, I was also very skeptical about it. Thought it was scam. Yeah, so what I do right now primarily is run Eternity Hub Africa. The main objective for the organization is to promote the adoption of Eternity blockchain across the continent. So we're doing a lot of education, a lot of meetups to publicize it. And at the end of the day, we hope to have like a very, very strong community of developers who are developing on Eternity, entrepreneurs who are really interested to make Eternity their home, so they develop the applications on Eternity, but also to have designers. I think it's very important to have designers. People always think about entrepreneurs and developers, but they forget about designer, and that's a very important job. So other than developing that community ecosystem of technology developers, entrepreneurs, and designers, we're also developing use cases. So a few solutions that we think can solve problems in Africa, because it was very difficult at the beginning talking to people about blockchain. People needed to see, what are you guys doing? What can it do? Stop theory. Give us something.
Something nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do this for businesses
So
or for end users?
mainly right now it's end users, but we're really thinking about partnering and also working with businesses. So there are a couple in the pipeline who government, I don't know, the biggest business in the world, because collect our taxes, and then there's a president who's running the entire operations and all that. So yeah, working with the government, but also SMEs and startups. So in the past few months, we've done a lot of meetups that are targeting different SMEs in different, so sector-specific kind of meetups. So we go into the maritime industry, and we try to break down what blockchain is, and we find use cases that are relevant to that industry, and then we try to encourage, entice them, and tell them, you need to jump ships, you need to stop using all this old technology and come into the future. So I hope that will happen soon.
What are the biggest challenges that you meet in your work?
The biggest challenge actually is adoption. Because let's say, for instance, I go into a university, I talk to the student body, I talk to the administration, and they give us a slot to do a meetup. But then you break Eternity blockchain down to them, so the features, naming system, oracles, the fact that it has hybrid consensus mechanism. You talk about Bitcoin and G, the way it's increasing throughput and reducing latency. But then what next after the talk? They ask questions, they join Telegram, but what next? The fire. We need to consistently, we need to consistently keep that fire. That's the biggest challenge, because after that kind of, people are really excited, they're asking questions, but then what do you do with them after that? That's the biggest challenge I get. But I also think at a business level, for blockchain to be realized, the gap that we must bridge is the gap for developers. We must have people who understand the technology and can actually develop applications and solutions on it. If we don't have that, we won't really realize the dream.
It won't work.
Yeah.
And which industries are you aiming at disturbing?
Actually, all.
All?
Yeah, we are not industry specific. Because at this particular point in time, I think it's almost impossible to just focus on one industry, at least for me, given what I do, because we want entrepreneurs in all the areas. So be it agriculture, renewable energy, government, services, and all that. We are open to all that. Yeah, payment, health sector.
And who do you think we should all follow on the social media? Who for you is the person whose feeds is the most interesting, and you can get the most of the news from the space?
Well, you need to follow me first of all.
Yes, sure.
But, to be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of social media. I like to research about information because I think they collect a lot of information from us and they sell it to advertisers and make so much money. I'm out of Facebook right now. I'm seriously considering getting out of LinkedIn, and my account is just hanging somewhere there. We give them a lot of information, but we don't get anything in return, and they use that data to just get so much money, and I don't like that. So I think activism in our age is really do something and not go to the street and carry stones or placards. So who we need to follow on social media? Well, there are a couple of influencers. I would say people who have built blockchain technologies which have following and backing and they're respected in the community. We need to follow Yanislav, who is the founder of Aeternity. Yeah. Probably it would be good to find where Satoshi Nakamoto is hiding and following him. He's on social media.
Probably there are many accounts.
Yeah. But also, I also follow people like Elon Musk. I like his vibe.
Yes.
He's very futuristic. His ideas and solutions are very, very practical. And he's not talking about tomorrow. He's doing them today. Yeah. So I kind of find inspiration from a lot of people. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you tell me what is your big prediction for 2020? What is to come up next for the blockchain industry?
Well, first of all, from a trading point of view, I think Bitcoin is going to hit $50,000. So you need to buy some.
Okay, I'll consider.
Yeah, but I also think that 2019 is a year where most of these platforms will start to mature. So I'm looking at a situation whereby Eternity becomes strong enough and people can deploy applications on it, and it won't be as shaky as sometimes it is. It will be mature enough to be able to take up all the applications that people are building. So maturity. Yeah, and acceptance.
And do you sometimes preach blockchain to your friends and family? And if so, how do they respond to this?
It's not sometimes, all the time.
All the time?
Yeah. Even my daughter knows about Bitcoin right now. Well, most of them think that it's very abstract because they can't see and touch it. Well, I've tried to show them this Bitcoin, it's worth this amount, but that's not enough. What they want to see is what is it doing, so you can use it for payment, but why is there so many scams around it? So I don't really know if there's a specific straight line to it, but yeah, we're getting there. So they understand what it is because I try to break it down like I'm talking to a 5-year-old. And the response normally is, I'm better off using the Kenya shillings or dollars and all that. So until they see that this thing actually does something and it can be used in real life, I think the acceptance is still going to be very, very low, which is okay because we have to show them what it can do.
And
we know and understand.
Be built and then they will accept it.
Exactly. So yeah, I do that.
And my last question for you is, which is your favorite crypto city in the world?
Well, the thing is, I think Malta is good because they're opening it up, and so many startups are going there, and the regulations are more relaxed. But I mean, I wouldn't like to have a favorite city because you won't find that Bitcoin is more favorite in Washington and not favorable in Prague. Bitcoin is Bitcoin in US and here, so it should be favorable all over. So my favorite city should be everywhere because I can be able to spend my crypto.
If you're able to spend it there, then this is your favorite place.
Yeah, like this place is really cool.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you very much, Apollo.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.